Got nothing to say?
I was gonna say this is great. Just electric start already.
I know. Hey, we've been out of practice so much, and it's so funny because, like, I feel like our last 5 podcasts, we've always started by saying, like, "We're not potting anymore." Like, we haven't been potting enough, and then it's like, same story
Yeah.
next pod, but my intros I don't have an intro anymore. I'm out of practice is my point.
Yep. You sure are. You sure are, and I am too. As most of you know, this is our major gig. We don't have a side hustle podcast, so we don't really get to practice our skills elsewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need that, though. We need to start a second podcast to keep us sharp
Mm.
on this podcast because
Yeah,
these episodes have been so infrequent.
that's true. Yeah, and we don't even need. I feel like we don't even need a genre. We can just fucking just get on and be like, dude, look at your Twitter right now.
I feel like
Look at what's trending and just talk
that's what
something
every
going on.
jackass thinks that they can do
Yeah.
is like they're just like, "Oh, let's just start a pod and we'll be funny," and then they realize they're not at all,
Yeah, and what
which
you
would
don't
be
think?
us.
Yeah, well, come on, we're those jackasses. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
exactly. So,
Yeah,
yeah, boys, let us know an alternative podcast, genre that Levon and I can do so we can stay sharp on this,
yeah.
super important video game podcast that we so graciously host for
And you
you
guys
all.
don't even have to listen to that one till we get famous.
Don't
After we
listen
have
to
like million, subscribers, then you can. But
I don't want anybody to listen to that. I just want that podcast just so we can get reps. That's all I
yeah,
care about.
that's true. You would pretty much translate what we do on a Telegram into the studio.
Yes.
Because no homo, but we pretty much message each other like every single day since
Alright.
2022 April. Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing. Like get off
Stop
my dick
bragging,
a
man.
little bit, but it is true. So it'd be funny.
Yeah, yeah, but, there are boys in the league that are like that, and,
Oh yeah,
but there's also been some
they're just not
animosity
as
in the
funny.
chat, dude. I feel like it's it's the Madden 24 season that's just not hitting the spot with people, I feel like, and then also the Broncos being shitty, like and then Castro, there's just, like, a lot of negative vibes in the
Yeah,
chat.
it's like a perfect shitstorm, right? Like
Yeah.
the game did not excite as much as we anticipated, and then um, the Castro obviously just kills the chat at least twice a day. And then the Broncos are 0-2 with Sean Payton and Russell Wilson, which 2 years ago, if you told that to any Bronco fan, would have you would have thought you're just a fucking lying piece of shit. So
Yeah, I'd be like, "Do we play the Chiefs twice in the first 2 weeks? Like, what's the
yeah,
deal?"
exactly, yeah. So it is interesting, trying times in all Madden league right now. So I mean, we just gotta pull it through. We just gotta pull it through, and it would be nice. I mean, you think so? From 1 to 10, where are the vibes? All Madden chat vibes right now. You think?
Low, I'd say a 4.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They're not one, right?
Yeah,
One
we
would be
have the
too
game back,
easy.
like, we're playing.
Yeah, it's like where our draft is probably gonna selection is gonna be in the first round, like fucking 11th pick. Not like top, not
Mhm.
all the way at bottom, not top, the last pick in a draft Super Bowl win. But yeah, we're like 4 right now. I agree with that, and we gotta bring it up. We gotta bring it up. We gotta bring it up to at least 6.5. And I think win over the Dolphins probably brings the chat to 7 easy.
Here's how we get the juice back. The Broncos win, you nailed it. They
Yep,
win this weekend. Um, the
that's
the
one.
website being back is big. It's big.
I was gonna talk about that. I've been looking at it all day.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
nice to have it back. It's gonna reinvigorate trade talks, like, I feel so disconnected from the league when I always have to sign on to my Xbox to do anything with it, you know?
yeah.
Like, it's nice that I can just jump over to neonsports.com/league/MADN for,
Mhm.
there's that link for you guys because I know everyone's always forgetting it.
Or also
It's
get an app.
Yeah, or the app, true.
Yeah, app is called for Neo Sports, Neon Sports. I'm sorry, and it's the N with the NS logo, and you can just log in and same thing. You have access to everything on your phone. That includes the rules, the advanced times, everything's in there. So just very useful. I just don't understand how everybody doesn't have it. Let's see. Who's the usual suspects? It's always like, when's advance? Is it
Fucking
Tuesday
Brina
at
does it a lot.
yeah, is it Tuesday at 32 p.m.?
Well, a lot of times Castro will just jump in the chat when advance is coming up, and he'll just be like, "Did we advance?" Like he just hasn't been in the chat, um,
Yeah.
and then he'll jump in and be like, "Did we advance?" It's like, "No, dude, we didn't." Speaking of, he's in the chat right
Mm.
now. Damn, Will, you heard of sunscreen, dude? I was out 15-mile run yesterday. Got some sun. What can you do?
Not much. Maybe put a sunscreen on. Maybe I guess you can
Yeah,
do that.
yeah, that's a good point. I think I
Yeah.
would sweat it off though at some point. I was out there for a long time. But I
Hey,
was thinking there might be
Scott's in the chat too.
one more thing that's gonna recharge, like reinvigorate the league. So it's a Broncos win would be big. Oh, and us potting more. Us
Yeah,
potting more. That's really it, Levon. I
it
think
is, but
the
it's like a broken cycle. Like Broncos suck. We're not in the mood to talk. We're kind of in this
it
depressed
is.
stage. Depressed stage does not produce pods. No pods, no engagement in the league, no engagement in the league, and it's like a vicious cycle of kind of like this whole thing like really spiraling out of control or stability. So
It's if you were to ask our friend Adam all 22, he would say just
mm.
like points per drive, it's a chicken or the egg thing. Do we need the pod to get the cycle back on track and then the Broncos start winning because we're podding and the league is better?
Mm.
I think the Broncos need us to pod more. That needs to happen.
That is the conclusion. I think we're coming to it for sure.
Yeah.
We'll
So,
see. Dolphins, tough matchup. If they beat the Dolphins, it's because of us.
oh my God. If they and then we are going to pod immediately after
Every Monday.
Monday's looking like a good day. And I'm finally almost out of the woods with this moving bullshit. Like I'm about to have some consistency soon, so
Hmm.
we're gonna get back into it. Oh, and we got the fucking boys in the chat. All right, we got Trout, especially one of the worst teams. When one of the worst teams beats your ass, he's saying that lowers the vibes. See, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, you losing to Castro yesterday,
Yeah,
that's
that's
a nice
that's
vibe.
actually a pretty pretty predictable outcome these days. My losses, I was sending out to you and Stevie the other day. Zach, Mike, Castro, uh, tanking joke with like 78 overall team, and then Adam. So if you're bad, you pretty got a pretty good chance against me this year. So um,
Yeah, I was
yeah,
saying the upset committee has a van parked outside of your house, dude. They're constantly monitoring you because
yeah,
they know you're prone to get upset. Mile
yeah,
High Mike, Will's just blushing because Mike's in the chat. That's facts.
that is facts.
I literally
I'm
can't
bluffing
operate
too now.
without Valaha
Bro.
in the chat.
Valaha Mike, man. Everybody who beat me this year is gonna jump in the chat. I guess we're just missing Adam and Zach.
52 points on his ass. He
Ah,
put
come
52.
on.
He's talking about Castro.
Yeah, I think so. He definitely scored in the 50s. Let me see. Where are we?
Long story short, Levon is not
54.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
You know
Well,
how people
I'm
have
definitely
these.
better than him, but
Oh,
what's
he
up?
just beat your ass, bro. I mean, well,
Yeah,
but moving on from that, you know how like people have like like Hoodie Mellow is awesome, like
yeah,
Game 6 Clay. I feel like tanking Joke is a new level. I know he's tanking, he traded his whole
yeah.
team. He is dominating.
11-1, best in the league. I think the second best is RK with 10-2. Unless I'm missing some teams on a buy. Yeah, it's
Bills,
oh yeah, Bills. They're on the buy
they're
probably.
11-1.
11-1. Yeah, I mean, sheesh, man. It's like every time Joe tries, he like gets in his head too much, and every time he doesn't try. I mean, you don't remember Titans with who was the
Vandegrift,
quarterback? Illingsworth? No, that was our boy Scott. Who was
Brock
it?
Vandegrift.
Vandergrift. That's who he was. Yeah. Patrick Mahomes on the bench, and he just fucking dominated with this fucking like a 60 overall quarterback because he was just fucking around too much. Um, I mean, how do you do that?
How do you do it? Is it
Like seriously, let me
did the
know.
Swedes get the game early? Okay, because Timmy's dominating, Joke is dominating. What happened? Did they had like a 6-hour advantage because they're in Europe time and they're benefiting? Why are the
Uh,
Swedes doing so well right now? Joke I can understand because Joke at least has more recent history of being a playoff team. Timmy was
yeah,
damn near irrelevant all of Madden 23, and now
yeah.
he is a buzzsaw. I
Yeah,
don't
and they're both doing it in different fashions too. You got Joke with a 71 overall team. Ooh, insane. Wow, classic. Love a classic callback. Good one, Scott.
Spit the pro.
You got Joke dominating with 71 overall team and Jared Goff. No, not even Jared Goff, somebody else. And then you have Timmy dominating with Josh Allen and kind of like bunch of bona fide X factors on the squad. So two
Is that
different
the
ways to do
story
it.
with Timmy, you think? Is it just a Josh Allen situation that he's doing really well? Because I see also,
No,
Trout in the chat saying that Timmy's got all sim wins. I don't think that's
no. Well, we can. I mean, good thing is I can pull that up and tell you how many wins do the Bills have. That's not really their win. Let's see.
pull it up.
Oh, only one CPU game. Everything else has been played by him. So
Scott says 2, alright. So either 1 or 2, so it's not like and he's got 11 wins, so, maybe he's
maybe
9-1 without those.
maybe did he play the Chiefs already? No, because it's over here. It says one. There's only one against the Broncos, which is Scott, and he beat him on the
I'm a fair sim.
fair sim. Yeah, all the other ones have at least attempt to play the game. But regardless,
Who's the team to beat in the AFC? Can we go there? Can we talk about this?
of course. I guess we have to talk about it, right?
Yeah, because I think there's 3
Um,
that are staring me down. It's either one of those 2 Swedes that we just mentioned, um,
hmm.
Joke or Timmy, or we have to throw Jason in the mix.
Or Hank. How can you not throw in Hank? Nine and
Oh,
three
yeah,
Hank.
7-1 Hank.
Yeah, he's just coming off a loss, but I mean, 4-0 in the division too.
That's true.
He
That's I
looks
wasn't
good.
thinking
He
about
looks
Hank.
good with Tua. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, Tua and Debo, those are the teams. I think those four are the clear top contenders, and then you got um, Iraqistan, Brina, trying real hard from the caves of Afghanistan. Um,
Derek and then Alex. That's kind of
Alex.
that next tier.
Yeah, that's the next year. I think it's the 4-man race for sure. Maybe you could say like S tier, Bills Titans, and then Chiefs Ravens are your A tier, even. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how this plays out.
I mean, our boy Alex has been logging games. He posted a picture in the chat yesterday that he's got like 80 wins with the Broncos, or I don't know, maybe more than 100. I kind of forget what the number was, but I remember it being high. He's played
Yeah,
a lot of Madden.
yeah. 7-5. Let's see, 3-1 division. So nothing new here. Alex is taking care of his division.
Yeah, let us know in the chat, guys. Also, if you guys are playing, um, if you're just playing Madden, like outside the franchise, I feel like just leisure Madden play might be at an all-time low. I think me and
Yeah.
you were probably on the higher side for people in the league
Mhm.
back in like the Madden 22 days. We don't play at all anymore. We are strictly 2K at this point. Same with Stevie.
Yeah.
So I just want to know how much people are actually playing this game outside of the league.
That is a interesting question. I'd like to find out also. We used to play like a draft, mud draft. We would play like duos and stuff. We'd get into it, and we tried when this first Madden came out to get into it, but it's like you said, it's not hitting as much. The good thing is next year, we got the whole new. I mean, what do you think? You think it's gonna be because EA's losing it, right? It's going to 2K.
Is it? I've heard Brina be talking about that in the group chat for like the past year and a half, but other than that, I
No,
haven't
no.
heard.
I'm pretty sure that's the first thing he's ever said to me. But yeah, he's been talking about it for a while. He's been saying 2024. This was the big push of this Madden, saying like, hey, um this is
Year
the
with
last
the
attempt
rights.
at getting it right. So I'm pretty sure this is the last Madden. I think he's going to 2K after this. So I feel like that's gonna bring some energy, right? Whole new game.
This game was cool for a good 48 hours, I would say. It's like, oh my
Mhm.
god, we got suplex tackling. This shit is awesome. And then it's like, okay, what else? Nothing.
Yeah. Well, what else? I cannot throw the ball anywhere besides 3 yards down the field.
catches and interceptions seem so random these
Yeah,
days. Like, I don't know if you saw my game against Beeve that I lost. Like, I thought I had like a jump ball for Garrett Wilson in the end zone, and Stern somehow picked it and got like it's all random. These
it
50-50.
does seem super random. Yeah, and I did hate last Madden how overpowered deep, uh, down the field passing was,
Mhm.
but it was justified. If you had a fast guy, he would outrun the guys. If you had a tall guy, you could throw a high ball pass into him. So he was really you could really like game plan with it or against it, right? Hey, I'll adjust my lineup by height if I know I'm going up against like a 6'4" or higher, taller receiver, higher. Funny. So like you said, it does feel random this time. Like I got Jamar Chase. I'm thinking I feel like I should be able to throw a deep route, and then he just absolutely get clamped by Zach 79 overall 5th-year corner, and he gets an acrobat fucking pick on him. So yeah, I agree. It is a little unpredictable and what to expect is when you're snapping the ball. So it's kind of
Well, how much
taking out
does
of
it
the fun
suck
of
that
it.
you had Jamar Chase ruining your life twice a season, and now that he's on your team,
Yeah,
he's not doing what he did to you. That
yeah,
stinks.
seriously. Christian McCaffrey's awesome still, so that's cool.
Hey, we got Einhorn in the chat, the boy.
Einhorn and Will Jog were beefing big did today.
We weren't beefing. There was no beef. I just
Where's
I
the beef?
I perpetually think that Broncos country overrates our players. Like, I think it's a
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Um, Not to dive in too much into Bronco stuff, but it's just clear that we had no talent. Like outside, even Justin Simmons, like he's been struggling this year for sure, right? And he had a really good year last year. But I mean, the way the boys talked him up in a training camp,
like he's the best player of all time. Like,
dude. I thought he was getting to pick a game. I
yeah,
was like, I don't think he's touched the ball once. Like I don't think he's batted down. I don't think he's been around the ball at all. So that is a
hasn't made
interesting.
one impact play. Yeah,
No, not at all. And then, Pat Surtain, as much as we love him and as much as he's good in a coverage, like he just does not impact the game at all. You know, people can scheme around him, and he doesn't even stay on a number one receiver. So what? You can't even say that he takes number one receiver away from another team 100% of the time. It's more like 65% of the time. We
I know.
got touchdown, only touchdown. I mean, we had a deep touchdown scored on us on Terry McLaurin just burns Mathis and who was the safety that was covering probably our third string safety. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm watching highlights of Micah Parsons just fucking making game wrecking plays
Dude, well, yeah,
almost every down.
leave Micah Parsons aside. I mean, fucking, he's a future Hall of Famer. But like, we heard that the secondary was stacked, and then we've got like, what is that guy's name? Like Fabian Moreau, Foster Moreau,
Yeah,
Fabian Moreau getting like a third down penalty or something like
yeah.
that. Like,
Yeah.
who is this guy? Why is he on the field? Like, I don't
Well,
know.
the number one answer today is probably because Kenny Sturr's injury, right? You probably have him in nickel packages coming in and taking that snap away, especially after Kareem just fucking coming out here. I mean, Kareem might as well just show up with a gat and just come in and just shoot people before after the ball is snapped.
He doesn't get a rep as a dirty player because he's small, but he's like just as dirty as like Vontez Burfict is.
So I'll be honest with you, I didn't think that. I didn't really, imagine him as a dirty player because usually his hits are in the chest area. Like when I think of him laying down a crazy hit is the one on DeAndre Hopkins when he was on the Texans, like just square in the chest, right? He felt like a boxing glove straight, like huge boxing glove into his chest. But I mean, I can't. This last one, especially that one he got ejected on, that's him just jumping in the air.
Jumping, yeah.
Yeah, jumping in the air, not trying to dive at the ball. Not he's just like leaning with his helmet right at the dude's face mask. So yeah, I mean, can't defend that one.
You're
Um,
not supposed to leave your feet to tackle. Like, that's you learn that as soon as you start playing football. You do not leave your feet to make tackles.
but that's yeah, I mean that's what he does though. But To give him credit, he always leads with his shoulder. Now it's hard to lead with your shoulder when your head's like a half a foot ahead of your shoulder. You can't just like move your shoulder. Your
Right.
head's got to make some contact all the time. So you can always see that he's always trying to lead with his shoulder. But when your head's down, helmet, blind spot, you don't really know where that thing's going.
Yeah,
And
we're
usually
losing
someone in
people. I can
somebody's
tell 'cause
system.
we're talking about Broncos too much. We already lost a couple
Okay.
people in the
Okay.
field.
Okay. Okay.
All right, let's stay on the AFC though, because we talked about the contenders.
Hmm.
Um, who could come out of the pack and possibly make a run at the playoffs? Because I think there's one team that deserves a shout out for sure. Um, do you know who I'm talking about?
No.
I'm looking at the 5-7 Houston Texans. Our boy Mike. Like they've never. I don't think if he. I don't think he's ever won close to 8 games. He could win 8 games this season, go 3-2 the rest of the way. 2-2, maybe win 7 games. I don't think Mike has ever won 7 games. Mike, let us know your career high in wins in the chat. But I'm pumped for Mike. He's in the playoff picture. His fans in Houston are still paying attention to football at this point in the season, which is a win for Mike.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, seventh seed right now has 7 wins. That's Alex. So you're not wrong there. 2 wins out. I mean, 2 games behind for a seventh seed. It's quite possible. I'm trying to see what's his division is 1 and 3. That's the only.
Hmm.
That's
He's
the
got a
uphill
tough division.
battle. Yeah.
He's got a joke and Christian.
Oh yeah, Christian. That's right. Where's Christian's? Christian
Yeah,
is at
he's
four and
actually
eight.
got thinking.
Christian is 4 and 8, 3-2 in division though. He's stealing some division games from him, and then he is Brennan. Oh come on, Brennan 1-11. I'm just gonna chalk this up. That Brennan's just tanking. He's trying to find his quarterback,
Exactly. He's
and
got
then
Brock Purdy, and then he'll figure it out.
he's probably gonna take like um, what's his name, Caleb Williams
No,
in
he's
the
not in
draft.
this class.
Oh, he's not.
No, these are randoms, remember? You didn't remember? It's randoms plus the my players.
Oh, lame. Okay, no, I
We're
didn't
doing
know
the
that.
Caleb Williams draft next draft.
Okay, Shadori Sanders too, apparently.
True.
Mm-hmm. Couple of good prospects for sure. So
Another team that's 5-7 with the Texans, but I could not feel differently about these two 5-7 teams. It's the Cleveland Browns and our boy Einhorn. You're better than 5-7, Einhorn. Come on, get it together, dude. We thought you were a legit stud when you got in the league, and like you had a good first season. Like you should
wow,
be,
yeah, downhill since the first season.
yeah, like you should be a playoff team season in and season out, dude.
Yeah, call him out. Good one.
We got Stevie in the chat. Right
Hi.
in time for us to pivot over to the NFC. Unless there's anything else we want to cover here, I'm looking at all the teams. Castro 5-7, Dan 4-8. Jeez,
Mm-hmm.
he's about to do something silly to get a quarterback. I bet.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. Don't get used to this Chargers team. It's gonna be very different next Madden.
Who's playing quarterback for him right now? I'll tell you.
I don't know.
Trey Lance.
Yeah, this. I mean,
That is not it.
no, that is definitely not it. Not maybe Madden 21.
Yeah. Yeah. We've
Yeah.
heard stories.
Yeah, with first Thursday he was really good at one point. But yeah, no longer. What about? Okay, so top.
Yeah,
Okay,
Mike.
so we already tied off at the career high. You gotta exceed the 5 wins.
You gotta give some context to the chat you're reading about, so that the audio only people know what we're talking about.
Oh my bad. Yeah, Mike comes in with saying his best season in history was 5 wins when he had Tom Brady in Madden 21, and I'm saying he's already at 5 wins this year,
Yeah.
so he's definitely have to exceed those 5 wins.
Wait, let's
And
see
like
who
you,
he's playing the last few games of the season. Let's see if he's going to break it.
yeah, let's see it.
All right, so at Jets, Castro, that's not easy. At Titans, also not easy. And then he's got Einhorn, who we were just talking about. And then he's got Joke again. Oh, God, those are 4 not easy games. And then at the Colts to end the
There we
season.
go, 6 wins, baby.
Put it in the back pocket.
Yeah. Hey, as long as we're improving.
Nice, nice. All right, and Einhorn saying that his height was his 3rd season. All right, well,
Mm.
either way, early Einhorn is better than current Einhorn, and we need to get current Einhorn up to speed.
Coolio. All right, let's move on to NFC. Who's
Yes.
the okay? All right. Somebody mentioned CPU wins, and I mean that's a lot of 49ers, right?
Yeah, the biggest beneficiary of them in the league for sure.
Yeah. I don't know how many games they've played on their own. Is it more than five? You think?
I don't know.
I
Yeah,
think
let's not
they're
spend too much time on the 49ers, like,
yeah.
because neither of us know, and he's gonna be in the playoffs. He would've been in the playoffs regardless, so it's okay.
Yeah.
He'll
Yeah,
just
it's
be a
fine.
wash when he gets in.
Now, you got Vikings at number two. Uh, having a That's actually a really surprising record for me. Number two seed with Will Levis at quarterback, right? Um, you played him. I played. Did you? You ended up beating him, right? He
No,
beat
yeah,
you.
yeah, he beat me.
He beat me too. So I mean, that's two. I'd say that's two big wins in the NFC side for
Uh,
him. I know he split one with Stevie also. So that's another team that he's added on his collection. So 8-4, man. He's sitting pretty nice in that two seed and pulling away for several teams. This is an interesting one. Rams
oh, yeah.
eight and
God,
four.
either last
Mister
potted, yeah,
32 devs.
I was ready to have, like, a full segment about the Rams, like, are the Rams legit? Like, we need to
Yeah.
deep dive this because they were fucking killing out of the gate. I know he smoked Stevie.
hmm
He's got good wins, and, yeah, every day, it's a dev.
Every game, I feel like there's a new dev for him. Yeah, he has that Marvin Mims, right?
No,
No, that's beef.
Steve
That's
has
beef.
Marvin Mims,
Okay,
yeah, who torched me today.
that's beef. Let's see. His big wins.
So he had J.K. Dobbins break out. I'm pretty sure he had A.J. Brown go to X Factor maybe. Miles Murphy is a superstar. He has Micah Parsons and Hassan Reddick. We talked about that last time.
hmm
I think he had Justin Reed break out to superstar.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, I remember that because he called out Brina on that one.
I mean, he beat the Browns, the Cardinals, the Packers, Steelers, Cardinals again, Colts, Bengals, 49ers, CPU. So I mean, there's a couple of really good wins. He has some competition at the end. He has Ravens next, the Commanders, the Saints, the Giants, and the 49ers. So we'll see one, two, three, four, 5 games. If you go 4-1 here, that's excellent, I think, or better. And if you go 3-2, it's probably you're still sitting pretty good. That gives you 11 wins. But if you go 2-3, now you're at the fraud alert. You can beat some of the better teams in the league. All
Dude,
right.
the our division is probably going to be the 4 seed. Oh, and
Yeah.
also we got a correction from Stevie in the chat. He said, "I've only played him once." Talking about Adam.
Oh,
Stevie
okay.
beat Adam once, and they have not played their second game yet.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, a lot of division games going to like last week, like ours, week 18 showdown
That's
in the
gonna be
dome. That's gonna be fun.
yeah, I can't wait for that. All right, so the Commander Skins are 6-6. So they're leading the NFC East right now, which is just a putrid division.
hmm
Couldn't get the Jarrell upset against RK like he usually does. But I do think it's gonna be what's his name? Jarrell coming out of this division when it's all said and done.
Yeah, probably. Commanders are right there though. Man, interesting division. We'll see what happens.
Dude, and we got Einhorn in the chat still making the case for the Browns. He goes, just realized every single loss against teams currently in the playoffs. Hard schedule, but got to win more than just one against playoff teams.
You said it. You said it
Yeah.
yourself, my friend. I mean, even Cowboys are in the mix. Only one game behind.
Yeah, Caleb. Who's the Giants again? Oh, JJ. I
JJ.
always forget that one. That's the hardest one for me to remember.
Yep. Commanders. I mean, yeah, you're right. Eagles probably the one you put your money on, especially him on a 1 game winning streak, and the Commanders and the Cowboys both coming out losses. Commanders 4-1 in division though.
Wild.
Wow, that's actually huge. Eagles have a chance to tie or get a better record at 2-1, but still. All right. NFC South is obviously probably one, if not,
It's the most interesting division right now.
it's yeah. I was gonna say the most competitive. 3, 7, and 5 teams. Let's see. Panthers currently looking outside in, but they do have a win over the Saints. So I wonder what that puts them.
Well, I play Chase J next week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think this might be the biggest game that Chase has had since he's
Yeah,
entered the league.
it is.
He's had playoff games before, but I think if he would kind of box me out of the playoffs. Like if he gets this win, like it would be so huge for him.
Imagine you missing the playoffs.
I can't imagine it. I'm not gonna let it happen. So it's gonna be a
Wow.
huge game.
Yeah.
Always got to tune in for that one.
Yeah, that's probably I wouldn't say game of the year, but definitely game of the week for
Yeah,
sure.
dude,
Uh,
so many good games in these next few weeks coming up.
are we locking in week 18 Falcons at Saints week game of the year
If it's me and you tied same record at the top of
for
the
the
division,
division? It's got to
then
be.
yeah. But I know Chase is listening to this saying, "Hey, we'll see about
Yeah.
that." You know,
Yeah.
because you still have to play him too, right?
Yeah, I do have one it's left. I have one left for everybody. I'm 3-0 right now, so everybody has a chance to get a revenge on me. You, even Stu. Like I said, Stu has as good of a chance as Castro and Zach and Mike. No offense, not to you. There's no implications though. I'm just saying. So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that one doesn't do much for me in the upset committee. Stu and you, I think you take care of that one.
Okay, I appreciate the confidence. I need it. We gotta start winning games we're supposed to win. All right. What we got next?
Anything else
Um,
you want to see?
Damn, all games are played already except one. Seahawks at Cowboys. This is the last game we're waiting on.
There's no way that's getting played. Spence versus Caleb. Are you kidding me? That is a long shot. Oh, we didn't talk about the Cardinals. They're 7-6, stay in the
Yep.
mix. Packers are 7-5. Dude, it's gonna be competitive in the wild card
Yeah, it is. It is.
because
That's what.
Dallas looking like a lock wild card team, and
Mhm.
then two of me, you, and Chase, and then we got Phil at 7-6, and we got Steven.
Don't put me in that conversation,
I said
son.
two of the three of us. You're not a lock to win the division, scrub.
I will be after I take care of the division. I can't. If I finish Division 6-0, there's no way I'm losing the division.
Well, obviously, but no one's saying that's a sure thing by any means.
We'll see. 100% win rate right now.
God.
Oh,
Don't make
geez.
me care. Don't make me care.
Oh,
And I'll take care of business.
okay. I'd like. I mean, you act like I don't want you to. I'm your biggest fan, bro.
Hey,
Come
well,
on.
you haven't seen
I'm
Skull Daddy.
rooting for
Yeah,
you.
my new guy Skull Daddy in the Twitch chat is he's always gassing me up.
Who's that?
He's just like one of my buddies.
What the fuck? What the freak, dude?
I know, dude. See, you don't even know who
Mike
it
and
is?
I are pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't
He's
been.
the new
Yeah,
king of Jock Chat.
yeah, it's been tough. Not just jog chat, but just in general, it's been kind of like weird following up the games these days, and it's part of what we talked about earlier. Engagement's kind of all time low, but I need to be more into these games. I try to bring it up. I've been busy at work too, so give me a break, guys.
All right, let's get into these nerd rankings because we talked about it a little bit today. We
Hmm.
covered AFC, NFC. Anything else you want to cover? Sorry,
Nah, I
before we
think we're good.
yeah, let's get into it. We don't know how we're gonna nerd rank. We're not doing. We don't know if we're doing 1 through 32. We don't know if we're doing tiers. We said we'll just do it. We'll talk about it, and whatever comes of it will come from it. Um, so nerd rankings. Anybody you want to
Should
put
we
on the board?
go pick for pick?
Can
for
I
the
just
draft.
can I put number 32 on the board? It's Alex.
I was
Dude,
gonna
it's
say Alex probably the
the
least nerdiest dude.
least nerdy dude ever.
Yeah, I mean, jacked, kind of just wears J's.
Chill. I feel like he doesn't look at his phone very often. Like,
No, yeah, yeah, gym, J's, and fucking football. That's all he cares about.
yeah, least nerdy dude there is. Definitely,
Okay.
like, his favorite show growing up was Sports Center. Like, he's, like,
Yeah,
number
yeah.
32 on the nerd rankings.
31. Damn, going back is gonna be hard.
We don't have to do it. I thought that was an obvious one
Okay.
to throw out.
Okay, yeah, yeah, I agree. That was the obvious one. All right, so
Another non-nerdy guy, though, Spence. Spence is not very nerdy. Spence is very cool. He's, like,
no, I think
very
he's nerdy. He's cool, but he's absolutely nerdy,
you
isn't he?
think? I don't know. I thought he was more like kinda like when we met him, like, more like kinda stoner chill, like well, he's obviously a big time golfer, but he was, like, more like stoner chill guy vibes than, like, nerdy vibes to me. That's the vibe I got.
Mm,
I don't think he didn't strike me as an he barely plays his games, he clearly doesn't care about the league, like, those are 2 great attributes for non-nerd.
yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I'm trying to find him. Let's see. I'm trying to see what he's into. I mean, I know he's a big Nuggets guy, big Avs guy, so obviously big sports guy. But what is other stuff? He golf.
He's just such a bro, like, I just remember him being
Yeah, 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 yeah. He is. He is. That's a good. That's a good take. That's a sneaky one that I didn't really think about. For
"Hey,
sure.
alright, cool.
Yeah.
Takes 2." Alright, I'm looking at, like, the chat, I'm looking at names.
Yeah, I mean, I'm creeping on his Instagram right now. It's just him at games, just sports games,
Love
or playing golf. And he has a Josie Jewell jersey, so that's cool.
Here's one I struggle with.
Okay.
Maybe you can help talk me through this one. Edge. So Edge is like jacked and strong,
Yeah.
really a gym rat, but and he works at a gym.
Yeah.
I feel like guys that are super into lifting and gym stuff, they can kind of go. They could. There's like a line. They,
The
they can
gym
go
culture's infiltrated the nerd culture a little bit for sure. Yeah.
like that big jack dude. Do you see that
But
guy?
with the
Always
long hair and the ball
cap?
cap.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
always wears the
He's
cap. It's
always
like
like calm.
he's such a nerd, that guy, but
Yeah,
he's
he is.
huge. So I think going to the gym doesn't exclude you from being nerdy. So, and Edge is also he's also kind of like a Madden savant. He's big into the details. Student of the game, I would say.
Yeah.
I think Edge is in my top 10.
Yeah. That's a good one. I wouldn't exclude him out of the top 10. He's definitely on my board for the nerdiest dudes in the league. Let me
All right,
see.
Einhorn backing it up too. You can definitely be gym bro nerdy. It's a thing. Yeah,
Yep,
for
it
sure.
is. Thanks,
Like
Arthur.
the jack dude in the gym that's wearing the glasses, and he's got like
Yeah.
the terrible sleeveless, the ones there are cool sleevelesses with like that go low, and then there's the ones that are high, and
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. I think the biggest, I kind of called him out in the chat too. The number one overall pick in this draft is Adam, right?
Adam all 22.
Adam Old 22. I don't think anybody out nerds Adam. From
He
the and then we talked about gym nerds. There's also football nerds, right? And Adam's definitely one of them. I mean, when I first met Adam, I was like, this was when Mace was still on DMR. I was like, this is just a Mace Junior over here.
careful,
It's like,
careful. I got in
yeah,
trouble for calling Adam Mace in the chat.
really?
You remember that?
No,
He like left the chat and like tried to make me feel bad. Do you remember this?
I
You
think
don't?
this was a joke, but that
Yeah, no, no,
didn't.
yeah, he wasn't. He
Yeah,
wasn't upset. He wasn't upset.
yeah,
He was trying to get back at me, but it was
yeah.
a thing that happened.
But yeah, he's super. Yeah, I think he's one of the super. Even the video games he plays like Diablo and like one of those super video games. So he's number one overall pick for me as far as nerds go.
Yeah, like you're right. He goes the nerdy route on football. Like I feel like we go the meathead route where we watch the game and then
What
we
the
have
fuck?
we have all of
Yeah,
these opinions that we are so attached to. But he's
yeah,
diving into the film. Like he gets super nerdy with it.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Which respect. I like it. It's cool.
I yeah, I don't. By the way, yeah, don't feel like we're trying to pick on people for calling them nerds. Like you said,
No.
it's not a bad thing to be a nerd
Yeah,
either.
Einhorn, I think Einhorn nailed it. We're a Madden League, you know? We're 32 nerds in the grand scheme of things.
That's true. All right. Who's the next big one on this list?
Let's put Castro near the bottom. I just think he's retarded, and don't think you can be a nerd if you're that stupid. So,
But he also does those toys
oh, he does
called
Legos.
yeah Legos. I feel like that's the worst kind of
Forgot about
nerd, but
I forgot about that. That's actually a great call. Great call. Dang. All right. So he's probably in the teens for me.
yeah,
I don't think
he's
he cracks
definitely a
the top.
boost.
Yeah, he's like, yeah. Because he's got like guy that you see outside the gas station type vibes, and that's not really a nerd to me. But
Mm-mm.
if the guy at the gas station like pulled you around the back and was like, "Yo, look at all these Legos I set up," you'd be like, "Dude, you have fallen on some hard times, and you're a big time nerd." So leave me alone. I don't
Oh,
have any money. That's like Castro.
that's a good one. Oh man, where does Timmy fall on this board? That's an interesting one.
Ooh, that's a fun one. Timmy's a full-blown, like, web developer, so
Exactly. Yeah,
that's a point in the nerd column, but Timmy used to play football, which is, like but also, if you're a European and you play American football, that's nerdy. Like, American
I
guys
was
that play
gonna say
rugby,
yeah.
that's nerd.
Uh huh. It's like Americans playing like super out of the league sport. What is a super
Rugby
weird sport?
rugby or, like, cricket, like, you're playing a European
Cricket. There we go. Yeah, yeah. Great call. And he had long hair, super long, swooshy hair, and now he's bald. Both very nerdy.
Yeah. Yeah, but he doesn't give nerd vibes. He's
No,
cool guy vibes.
yeah, but he's
Timmy
probably in
also
the teens too, just because his IT nerd job.
Yeah, that's true. And that's another reason that the league has been lacking juice. Our fearless leader, Timmy, has been so disconnected, it's crazy.
That is true. That is true. But hey, it's every time it's a hobby for most of us. So can as long it can be distracting you from getting that bread. So I
What
fully
about
get
Scott?
it.
What about Scott?
Oh yeah, he's top 10 for sure.
Top
I
10?
mean, come on, Game of Thrones fan, Harry Potter fan.
Okay, everyone's a Game of Thrones and Harry Potter fan, dude. That's not nerd. Those are like two extremely
Uh,
popular franchises. That's not nerd.
but he's into the fantasy world, isn't he? I
He
think he
is.
is,
So that, his
and
Halo
he's
background,
facial hair.
having cats, he's a big time reader.
Yes, nerd.
These are all nerd points, but he's also tall, cool, works at a
You know,
like, he does coffee, like,
so
those are cool. Those are not
so
nerd.
there's nerds and there's hipster nerds. I think he's into that hipster nerd
Ooh,
category for sure.
yeah,
Lives in New York, you know what I mean? Like,
cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll call him a hipster nerd. He probably has like a mustache tattoo. Yeah, but I think he's pushing
Alright.
10 for me in the tens. Him and I play chess.
Let's talk about Einhorn because he's here and he's still online. I think Einhorn is definitely in the top 7 of nerds.
Really?
I think if you're ever debating with somebody and their messages are too long to the point where you just give up on that argument, he nerded you to death. Like, he
Yeah.
got you. He's
Okay.
like, "Alright,
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
I believe because you type that much, I'm on your side now."
Yeah. Yeah. Like he got a good point. I haven't read it, but he have a good point. Clearly. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
I'll take it. What do you feel about Hank?
I don't think Hank is a nerd. I don't think
He's
Hank
just
is
a
a nerd at
child.
all. But yeah, he is a
Okay.
child.
All right.
Yeah.
We agreed. That was an easy call.
Hank one time said on the pod well, he one time said on the pod, like, "I'm all good with learning. I've learned enough." And I was just like, "Okay, Hank." That shows me how
Oh.
much you really need to learn, bro. That you're 25, 26 years old, and you've learned enough. You're good.
Yeah.
You're set. And then I mentioned in the chat that one time the story, we were talking about kids, and he's like, I don't have anything in common with kids. What can I talk to
Oh my
kids about?"
god.
And then he's just like, "McDonald's is my best it's the best
Yeah,
food
I
in the
love chicken
planet."
nuggets.
Like, you sound like a 12-year-old right now.
Yeah.
Alright, Beef,
Top 10. Yeah.
top 10. Beef Beef is the kinda nerd he's like the nerd that he's kinda like dad level nerd,
Mm.
like hate wear, like, New Balances because I'm friends with Beav on Snapchat, and he's the guy that'll go to a concert, and you'll see the entire concert through his Snapchat, and it'll be a million stories of just, like, him
Yeah.
filming the concert.
Probably
That's a
blocking
big nerd
the
move.
speaker with his thumb so you can't even hear us. Yeah.
I'm
You're
sure,
just like,
I'm
hey,
sure.
this guy's at the concert for next 17 million slides. Good for you. Yeah, B's up there. Smart guy though. A lot of these guys are actually probably a lot smarter than me. So, let's see.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
definitely are smarter than
yeah.
you,
I
for sure.
not a smart guy over here. Um,
Derek, nerd by association?
Derek and Phil, let's put him in there.
I
I
don't
don't
think Phil's a
either.
nerd. Wait,
Honestly, Phil.
Derek because he's
Yeah,
super tight
yeah,
with
yeah,
Adam.
yeah. I like Derek and Phil both a lot, but Phil especially, I love Phil, man. He's awesome. He's probably one
Yeah,
of my faves for sure. Um,
yeah, he's
okay,
incredible to talk
Mike,
to. Oh
such a
my
nerd,
god.
right? Yeah,
Yeah, dude. He's top
top
tier.
five maybe even.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Unapologetically,
and
yeah.
I think so. He wears it well too. I think.
Oh
Hmm.
my god. Yeah, there's nothing better than a nerd
Guitar
who
hanging on the
just,
wall. You know what I mean?
yeah, massive cock, yeah, no doubt.
Okay, this is an interesting one because I think
Okay.
if there was not several specific things about this guy, he'd be right up there with Alex, Stevie, right?
Oh, Stevie is a closet
Yeah,
nerd.
that's what I mean. Like, if you don't know
Stevie
Stevie, if you met him
yeah,
at the
he's
bar because he just got off the work from his very blue collar job, he's
construction, yeah,
drinking a
or not,
yeah
yeah,
drinking a Coors Light at the or whatever his drink choice drink beer choice to drink of his is, and you're like, man, this guy's just he got a beard, long hair, just looks like a Viking. But then he's also a big fan of like anime and I don't know, maybe not anime,
yeah.
but I know he's into like Harry Potter and
Well,
stuff.
he'll play the Harry Potter video game. I know I said Harry Potter's not nerdy, but if you play the Harry Potter video game,
Yeah,
that's kinda
yeah.
nerdy.
I didn't even play
It
it, and I thought I was a big Harry Potter fan. Oh, and he's into like Marvel
mhm.
movies and stuff, which a lot of us are. So
I think yeah, he's definitely not in, like,
mm-mm.
the top tier of nerds in the league, but I think the difference between perception and true nerdiness among people in the league, like, if you ask, like, an
Yeah,
Einhorn or if you asked, like, a Brennan, what do you think Stevie's a nerd? They'd be like, "No way, he's, like, one of
yeah,
the least nerdy guys," but he's got
for
some nerd
sure.
in him
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, yeah. Okay. All right. Well, who we got next? Who pops off?
Chase I don't think Chase is very nerdy. I think he's very middle of the road. Seems I don't know him that well, but I don't get any nerdy vibes from him.
Young man, young
Yeah.
father of two, I believe already. I don't think. Yeah, a lot of maturity comes out
That's a
of
little
him.
nerdy.
So I don't. So that's a little nerdy having kids early.
That's a little nerdy, having kids that early. Yeah, dude, that's a little nerdy for sure.
Oh, Jarrell. What about Jarrell? Is he up?
Jarrell's a nerd.
Really?
Yeah, I
What's the
think so.
nerdy part about him? I I feel like I know Jarrell so well, yet I don't know anything about him.
I don't know, I just, like, he I'm just picturing Jarrell in our drafts being on camera, and I'm, like, looking in the background of Jarrell's camera and, like, the
Nice
very,
interior design.
um very nice interior design, it's been quite whitewashed, I would say. It's a little nerdy, I would I
Straight
mean,
into it, man. I
I'm
mean
calling this
that it's right up his alley, I think. Stu, big nerd for sure.
oh my god.
Yeah,
Stu? Yeah. Stu was
yeah,
bragging
yeah.
about it
He's
earlier.
he's a he's probably a prime
He's big
suspect, one of them. I mean, and then Ginger can never stood a chance.
yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. You get born with that,
Yeah.
you lean into it.
Um, Dan, this is an interesting one.
I don't think
I think
Dan's a
all the
nerd at
British are
all.
nerds. So I mean, think about it. They talk like this. How can you not be a nerd?
Yeah, but Dan's a cool, football coach, like
He's also a
he's
professor.
Dan he's a bro, he goes out for the stag do with his
Stag dude.
boys, like, he's not
God,
a nerd.
stag dude.
Remember that? Yeah,
Yeah.
good times, bro. I feel like I was at the stag do, the
No,
way we
no.
talked about it.
We do.
Alright, let's keep it moving. Dallin,
Nerd. I mean, yeah.
mega nerd.
Number two, maybe after Adam. Like this, definitely. I mean,
Yeah, they're jockeying for
yeah,
position,
for
those
sure.
2.
It's CJ Stroud, Bryce Young of nerds for
Yeah,
sure.
and Dallin is the one that's he's gonna take offense to us calling
You
him a
think
nerd,
so?
and he's gonna be like, well, also, he's a wrestler, which is a very low-key
Yeah.
nerdy sport
Uh huh.
also. It's low-key nerd sport. Um, any sport without balls is kind of nerdy. Um, and he's gonna take offense, but then rattle off all the reasons why he is a nerd. He's be like, "That's bullshit. You guys called me a
He's
nerd,"
gonna
but
be like
then,
Exhibit
but
A.
you're right.
Give us a full breakdown why not he's a nerd.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Uh,
Caleb, not a
no,
nerd.
Caleb not a nerd. Uh, Brennan, he's kind of nerdy.
He is a
Yeah.
little nerdy. I think any marathon runner is a little
Hmm.
nerdy. I know this from being
Yeah.
around some of them.
What about you? You and I. Where would you put us? Where would you put me? And I'll see where I put you.
Um, military
Okay.
guy. Um, sports fan, UFC. UFC is a little nerdy, but I guess it's not that nerdy anymore. It's kind of gone mainstream at
Yeah.
this
I
point.
don't think UFC's nerdy. But go
I
ahead.
don't think you're very nerdy, dude. I don't think you're very nerdy. You play a lot of video games, but if that's what makes somebody a nerd, then that's
Yeah.
what are we doing
Oh.
here? I don't think you're middle of the road, if not lower, bottom
I
half.
feel like I can lean into some nerdy stuffs that I like. Like I do get into some like anime sometimes. I'll get into a series. I don't watch it all the time, but I definitely get into that stuff. But even video games, I play Madden top 16. Yeah, that's fair. I think I'm middle of the road. High 20s for Jock. That's why I was gonna go with it too. I mean, what do you?
You think I'm
No,
not
I don't
nerd?
think so. I definitely don't think so. I mean, you kind of like you give me
Iron Man,
very,
get
yeah, very high testosterone kind of like
buff.
one of those podcaster guy vibes. But no, I
Oh,
definitely,
yeah. Like, I could be on the Fresh and
yeah.
Fit
Only
pod?
reason you're probably the 20s and not like next to Alex is because you also do nerdy sports, right? You run
Yeah,
triathlons,
triathlon's
yeah.
nerdy
That's
sport.
that's nerdy sport, and you have a IT type of job, web, not, yeah,
True.
that's a nerdy job. But other than that, I think you're pretty on the other side, quite far away from nerd
Pretty
stuff.
cool. I'll
Yeah,
take it.
I mean, look at you. You're probably doing work right now. Funny.
I am. Literally, literally.
Literally. Oh,
Yeah, let's get through these last ones because actually this,
me too.
I gotta
I
run
got
in
you.
like 5.
So, last couple of ones. Joke,
Joke is he's the biggest Madden he's one of the
but I
biggest
don't think he's
Madden
a nerd
nerds
in real
in the
life.
group.
All he does is cookouts and yeah,
Drink and play
exactly.
golf.
Um, Christian,
He's
kind of same person, right?
no, not a super suave, British accent,
Yeah,
Swede. Are you kidding
seriously,
me?
probably gets so much
He's
tail.
yeah, I wanna
Yeah.
fuck Christian.
Who else?
Logan. Logan.
Ooh, no. When I think of Logan, I'm
I
thinking
don't think
of
Logan's a
he's kind of a, like opposite of Riley. Like he's very different than Riley, right?
nerds are not obsessed with college sports.
Hmm. Yeah, that's a good
You
take.
know? Like, that's not a nerd
Yeah,
thing to be into, and that's Logan's obsessed with
that's all
college
he
sports.
talks about. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I think
he's,
yeah, he's pretty low,
yeah.
and he's
What about
huge.
Riley? I know he's not technically a league member, but he's this big of a run.
Riley is just a lib.
Yeah. Now, all lives also nerds.
Not all
Hmm.
libs are
Give
nerds.
me one live that's not a nerd. RK.
Forgot about RK. We haven't done any we've only done, the other 2 DNVR guys.
We did Hank and we
No,
did Zach's a nerd for sure.
nerds liberals are just young and cool and, they like
Oh,
abortion,
oh,
gay rights, like, they're cool, they're accepting, they're not nerds, like, I feel like the nerds are the young Republicans that are like, "Oh, we need to protect Second Amendment rights because of the threat of tyranny." It's like, all right, Ben Shapiro, dude,
Ben
pipe down. Like
Shapiro's
that's a nerd.
yeah, that's a who's a Ben Shapiro of the league? Adam, right? Has to be. All
Yeah,
right.
probably. Yeah, Riley not a nerd. Liberals overall not nerds. Brina said he's top 5. Brina's
Yeah,
definitely a nerd.
yeah, he is. I mean, he's barely getting out of there by, being military and kind of like working out and stuff. Other than that, full blown for sure.
Jason, I think Jason's probably pretty low. He
Mm-mm,
doesn't give me very
not at
big
all. He
nerd
gives
vibe.
me very corporate manager, very not no nonsense kind of guy, but at the same time very fair.
Really? I get like he's gonna go out fishing after my Madden game with him type of
Really?
vibes.
No, I get a different vibe. I get a vibe from him like he's a like he was a senior vice president of Dick's Sporting Goods. You know what I mean? Like very like very cool.
I get what you're
Yeah,
saying. I
yeah.
get that. Yeah, Jason, let us know what you are. Stevie with a funny comment. Levon likes anime from a different country and military, all kind of nerdy. From a different country
Yeah,
is
like
low key
Fez
very
vibes.
nerdy.
I
That's great
people my friends in high school called me Fez, so I guess that is pretty nerdy.
though.
Um
Okay, RK.
no, definitely not. I wouldn't say RK's a nerd. Yeah.
No, yeah,
He wears all black. It's kind of nerdy.
he likes to drink. He's
Yeah,
cool. Like he's always a good time to
for
hang with
sure.
when we've been with him
Very
hopping around.
outgoing. I
Like
mean, obviously a huge. We talked about college sports. He's super into college sports. Um.
and even his approach to sports is kind of like an accentuated version
Yep.
of our approach where like we just watch
Yep.
for the narratives and the
Yep.
big takeaways. So we're not
Yeah.
diving into
Like
stats. So yeah.
he doesn't watch all 22.
Zach,
Nerd for
nerd, but
sure.
one of the best brand of
Yeah.
nerd that we got.
Such a lovable nerd though.
Rafi is super cool. Don't know enough about him to make a definitive
Mhm.
call on him being a nerd or
I'm
not.
with you. We're missing.
JJ, not really a nerd either.
Oh, dang it. Okay. I think that's. What about Lou? Yeah, I
Lou's a
think so
nerd,
too.
but he's a successful, awesome nerd.
Yep.
All right.
That's about it. All
Yeah, we got
right.
to get out of here. This lady's coming to Facebook Marketplace to get my shit.
All right. Well,
All right, bro.
good talking to you, bruv. And thanks for everybody listening to us. 1 hour, just what we like to do. Hopefully,
Perfect. I'll get
yeah.
my
Hopefully,
part then.
we get it into more a little bit scheduled like this. We got to get back into it. Come on, baby, bring that
I
energy.
know. We said this.
Madden 24 is gonna be
All
awesome,
right, we
guys.
will.
All right, man.